Hey guys, it's Lynn here, welcome to this Battlefield 1 tip video, giving you some basic tips if you're a Battlefield noob, or just not that experienced in FPS games in general. As always, if you do enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up, I appreciate the support, and if you like similar style videos, check out my channel, I'm sure you'll find something that you like. So let's get straight into the first tip. Number 1 is to play the objective. Now Battlefield 1 Beta has two different game modes, Rush and Conquest. In Rush, you have to place explosives on objectives to capture them, and you progress through the map, while on Conquest, you have to capture and hold flags on a very big map. It's easy to treat Battlefield like a Call of Duty team deathmatch, but it's not really helping your team any. Getting loads of kills might help some, but to really help out your team, go and capture and hold the objectives to earn big points. Theoretically, it's possible to get first place without a single kill, but it's definitely possible with, say, 5 to 10 kills per game, so if you're not that good at shooting, then don't worry, and don't feel pressured into getting like 40 kills per game to be considered good, because that's not really the point of these game modes in Battlefield. So definitely go and attack those objectives, don't worry too much about getting kills, just play the objectives. Tip number 2, and probably one of the most important ones, is to group up. One of the biggest mistakes new players make is not taking advantage of playing as a group. The game allows groups of 5 within your team, and you should take advantage of this. First, there's safety in numbers, so if anything, you're far less likely to be killed in a group than if you're playing on your own. It also makes taking objectives easier. The point with the most players will capture the point, so if you're at a flag, for instance, and you have 5 players on your team, and the enemy team has 4 players at the flag, then your team is going to capture the point. It can also be useful if your teammates die, then you can take cover and you can allow your teammates to spawn on your position so they don't have to go all the way to somewhere else if you're attacking a point, for instance, or vice versa, you can spawn on teammates if you die and you can get back to where you were relatively quickly. Having different classes in groups can also come in handy. If you're playing Assault, for instance, then having a teammate who's a medic who constantly heals you in battle and your teammates can be very advantageous. A well-rounded group will usually die less and be more helpful for the team overall. Remember to always try and make up groups of 5. Too often players will make the mistake of trying to make groups of 2 or 3, but having groups of 5 is way more successful because of all the points we just mentioned. If you join a group and they are not playing as a group, then you can ask them over chat to work better together, or you could just leave and join another one. That's what I would do. This is especially true if your team leader is not throwing out attack orders to attack points. So if there's very little teamwork or very little leadership in your group, then you should just find a different one. Tip number 3 is to play your role. There are 4 classes in Battlefield 1, excluding the special classes. They're Assault, Medic, Support, and Scout. All players should play objectives, but each class is uniquely capable of doing something that the others can't, so you should definitely be doing that. For Assault, as well as getting kills and attacking the flag, like all classes should, your class is really the only one capable of dealing big damage to tanks and enemy vehicles. You're equipped with anti-tank mines and anti-tank grenades, along with a rocket gun. You should be taking out enemy vehicles whenever possible, as they can be a big threat to your team's success. Also, don't forget when you're playing Assault that you can use your landmines to blow up the train when you're close to it. You can place them down on the track when the enemy team has it. So long as you're still kind of in the area where you can see the explosive, it is good for blowing up trains, so I have done that quite often. If you're a medic, then obviously heal your teammates. It's surprising how often people will play a medic, but only use the health packs to heal themselves. So you want to be a team player, and definitely heal your teammates. This one's kind of bugged at the minute for me especially. There is a medic crate available which you can place down, but it doesn't work for me currently. But if you have it, then make sure you make good use of it and support your teammates. The support class has a resupply crate and pouch to keep your team well stocked in ammo, so make sure, just like the medic class, to hand out the support as often as possible and keep your teammates well supplied with ammo. Personally, I think the support class has become a bit redundant in Battlefield 1, but if you do play it, make sure you help out your team. Finally, the Scout. The Scout has many roles to play, but the biggest one to help your teammates is as a spotter. Spotting enemies through your scope and marking them for your teammates to find is extremely useful in Battlefield, especially since the enemies no longer appear on your minimap when they fire at you. So if you're a sniper, you can lay down suppressive fire. You can also mark out any kind of enemies who are on rooftops or beside your team that your teammates might not necessarily be able to see. So it's an extremely important role to play. Tip number 4 is vehicle up. All Battlefield games are vehicle heavy with a huge array of vehicles to choose from: tanks, horses, trucks, planes and trains in Battlefield 1. Usually mounted with heavy weapons except for the horse, vehicles can make light work of enemy soldiers and are great for getting to and from objectives quickly, although you should probably avoid taking vehicles just for the sake of getting to an objective. You should leave them open for people who are planning to actually play the vehicle, but there's nothing wrong with taking a ride as a passenger just until you get to an objective. In a group, having all 5 players inside a heavy tank and attacking a point is extremely effective. With 5 players together, taking an objective only takes a few seconds, then you can move to the next one. If you're the driver of the vehicle, you can also repair the vehicle, so make sure you do it often. I've played several games so far now where my entire team played the whole game inside a heavy tank, and you can usually rack up a huge amount of points. Usually our entire team would usually be the top of the scoreboard, and because of the ability to repair the tank, then we never really died either. But remember, getting vehicle kills doesn't earn any points towards your class levels, so if you want to level those up, you'll have to go and just be on foot. Our final tip is for special classes. Now, Battlefield 1 has 3 elite classes that can help your team to victory if you're careful, and they are Sentry, which gives you an automatic machine gun, Tank Hunter, that provides you the 1980 Tank Gewehr anti-tank rifle, and the Flame Trooper, my personal favourite, which gives you the flamethrower. Each class equips you with a heavy metal armour, giving you extra health. Using your new weapon, you can tip the battle in your favour. The machine gun can rip through enemy players. The anti-tank rifle can deal huge damage to vehicles, and especially tanks. And of course, the flamethrower, unmatched by any weapon in close quarter combat. I've personally successfully solo defended the B flag, where you find the flamethrower, in several games for the entire match using just the flamethrower, and you can usually rack up around 30 or 40 kills by doing it. It's insanely powerful. It can also take out enemy vehicles and tanks on its own. Be careful though, there are only one of each of these weapons per game, so make sure you get it first, and if you die, you won't get it back either, so try and stay alive. Personally, I haven't had much success as using the special classes as part of a group yet. They're definitely more successful so far as playing as a solo player, or maybe as a group of 2, but you can still help out your team a lot by using them. So there we have it, some basic knowledge for beginners on Battlefield 1. If you found any of this information useful, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time for more Battlefield 1 videos.